I have right here something that I've been waiting for quite a while. This is a USB charger, but not a normal charger. You can see that in total, it can output up to 280 watts. It may not be something special, but the special thing about this charger is that on a single USB-C port, it can output up to 240 watts. 240 watts is the maximum power that is supported by the USB-C protocol. Right now, it's not possible to pass more than 240 watts through a USB-C cable. So this charger can use the full potential of the USB protocol. And in my previous videos, you've seen that. I've tested a few cables that could support 240 watts, but I was not able to test the full potential of those cables because devices like this were not easily available. And then I told you that those cables are future-proof, that in the future, when there are devices available that can support 240 watts, those cables that I've tested before will be ready for this situation. And right now, this is that situation. Now I have access to a charger that can output 240 watts on a single USB-C port. So it's a big day for me. I've been waiting for this. And in total, it has 6 USB ports, 4 USB-C and 2 USB-A, and it has a mobile app for controlling it and a built-in screen. So this is quite an advanced charger, but the most important thing for me in this charger is the 240 watt output on a single port. And that's the main thing I want to test, if it really can support it. But let's start by looking at the box. On the front, we see the appearance of the device, UP remote control, intelligent screen display, 6-port fast charging, and this GaN Plus technology. On the sides, there's nothing. At the top, it says AI, and at the bottom, also AI. On the back, it shows 280 watts. PD 3.2 fast charging, UP remote control, intelligent screen display, GaN Plus technology, 6-port fast charging. And here we have the possible power output for each port configuration. So what's the most important thing for me? For the USB-C 1 output right here, we have 48 volts at 5 amps, so that's a total of 240 watts. On this first USB-C port that's possible, the second port can output 140 watts and the third and fourth are the same. The USB-A ports can output 22.5 watts and the total is 280 watts. So it's a powerful charger. Let's unbox it. Magnetic opening. You can see 2 magnets. The charger quite heavy for USB-C ports. Display. 2 USB-A ports and button and plug on the back. User manual. Probably some quality control in the power cable. You can select what type of plug do you want to receive. Let's see the manual. There probably should be information about the mobile app for this charger package. Content specification beginner guide. Let's look at the screen. Fast charging, standard charging, and trickle charging, USB-C charging status, USB-A status, temperature, and standby mode. We have charging scenarios, turbo mode, smart mode, or standby mode, and confirmation. We have time and weather display, and we have charging, animations. More animation, app download on iOS and on Android. So the app name is just AOHi, which is also the name of the company, connecting the device, app interface, and notes. So it's a simple manual with all the information. Let's power on this charger here. We have 0 watts. Here is the AOHi app. Let's install it. I've selected quick access without logging in, and it detected the charger, giving me all the information about it. Let's select turbo mode to see its full potential and to test this charger. I had to buy new equipment because the equipment I used in my previous videos is not powerful enough to support 240 watts. It was hard to find devices and testers to test 240 watt USB-C. But I found devices that should be able to fully test the full potential of this device. So this device is so powerful that normal equipment couldn't test it. I had to buy new equipment. So let's try these new devices. Let's try to test what this charger can offer us. Let's start with this USB-C protocol tester. This will be the first time that I will be using these devices, so I will have to learn how to use them. Let's try just plugging it into the C1 port. I have the manual for this device, and right now the smartphone is charging at 34 watts, so the charger is working after all. But to avoid damaging the smartphone, let's power it with an additional power source instead of outputting power to the smartphone, and let's run the charging protocol. Auto detection. Power delivery 3.1 240 watts, so we correctly detected that it can support 240 watts. It should show power delivery 3.2, but maybe the tester doesn't support power delivery 3.2, so it could be a tester error, not the charger. But in theory, we have 240 watts supported, and I can manually trigger a 48 volt output on the charger, so that will be useful for testing. Now I need a device that can accept 240 watts at 48 volts. And right here I have a device that should be able to support it, and I also have an additional module for this device so it can handle 240 watts. Let's power on this tester. Now let's connect the output of the charger to the input of the tester. Overvoltage protection turn on. Let's set the overvoltage protection to 50 volts, for example. Now let's plug it in. Right here we have 47.88 volts due to some losses in the system. Let's start with 1 amp and let's begin the test. With exactly 1 amp of current flowing in, we have a reading of 47 watts at this moment. Now let's gradually increase this to 2 watts and then up to 3 watts. 4 watts. Overpower protection. Let's go to the settings and change the overpower protection to 300 watts. Let's repeat the test. 1 amp. It is going in. On the display I can see 47 watts. The app hasn't updated yet. It shows 0 watts, but for sure 47 watts are going in. So 2 amperes and 3 amperes. It is showing 4 amps, then 5 amps, which equals 234 watts after the conversion losses. So it is working right now. This charger is delivering 240 watts to this tester, so it is definitely working. I have successfully triggered 48 volts from the charger, so that is a very good sign, and I was also able to draw 5 amps from it. So in total 240 watts almost because of some losses, so I received more like 235. What? That's exactly what they promised. So this charger really can support 240 watt charging, and that's the biggest feature for me. Additionally, as you've seen, it has many more features like 3 additional USB-C ports and 2 USB-A ports. This display mobile app solid desktop charger lets you charge any device that supports USB-C charging at full power. That this device supports because no device can draw more than 240 watts from USB-C, since that's the protocol limit. USB devices can't take more right now. With power delivery 3.2, more than 240 watts isn't possible. So with this versatile charger, we can definitely charge all available USB-C devices at full power. I'm really quite glad that I finally have this charger now, and now I can properly test these 240 watt cables and charge all my devices at their maximum possible power. And it should remain the standard for a very long period. because it is highly improbable that in the near future it will be possible to successfully transmit and deliver more than 240 watts through a USB Type-C connection cable. And even if it becomes possible in the near future, it would still be very rare to actually need more than 240 watts through a standard USB-C cable. So this is a really good, incredibly powerful charger that is well worth having if you want one. It future-proofs you, ensuring you'll be able to charge any device at full power that's possible with USB-C. And that's all for today. Like, subscribe, and be nice.